Instagram countdown is starting. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. We have another guest for tonight, Michelle. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here tonight. So we're going to start with introductions, a little explanation about who we are, and then we'll go ahead with the community action goal. And so my name is Naima. This is my name sign. And my pronouns are she, hers. I am a licensed therapist and the founder of the Mental Health Hub. And visual description, I'm wearing a light blue shirt. I have curly long hair with earrings. I do wear glasses. And I'm sitting here at a black desk. And I'll hand it over to Michelle. Hi, I'm Michelle. This is my sign name. I am a certified clinician herbalist, and I'm at home. I have a red shirt with glasses. I'm light-skinned. My hair is brown, pulled back with earrings. Background is a little, I have a cabinet behind me and tan, like cream-colored curtains, and a little messy table right behind me. And my pronouns are she, hers. And I'm so happy to be here with Naima tonight. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, we're happy to have you here at the Community Care in Action. Really, the goal for here is to have a center, to a central place to share some information. And, we have a lot of kind of information that is given to us on the media. So we're kind of pausing from that scrolling to join this live and have access here. And again, maybe you like or you don't like what you see on the lives. Maybe you agree with it or you don't agree with it. But there's different things you can take away from each person that comes and shares here. They have different wisdom that they are here to share. And so this platform will be recorded and then added captions afterwards. I also want to thank the interpreter for coming tonight. Thank you to the community members for your contribution to this series, and I look forward to seeing how much this contributes to the community in general. And so this is just, really shows a collective care, and so we really appreciate that. And I'm just going to hand it over to Michelle for the evening. First of all, I just want to emphasize, wow, this is incredible how you put this space together for the active community, especially for the deaf community members who don't have that access. And it's really hard for them to get care with specific individuals. And so it's really nice to have people come and share their wisdom. It's a nice central opportunity for people. So to set this space, I really support that. I've read about you doing this, and community care is really important, especially today more than ever. And the media is really overwhelming. People are scrolling. There's a lot of information out there. And so it's nice to have this space to have it at a pace and where people can have full access to the information. And so, and when you're kind of scrolling, you're getting that dopamine hit with the news and all the information that is fed to us. So, it's really kind of nice to have this space to rewire. So I really support that. And so really the conversation is about how we can take care of ourselves and prioritize ourselves, because the world and society is kind of built to be really fast paced, and we have to, show up for everything, and we want to, right? It's important, just because that's just, we have everything that's happening in our society with the politics and everything. I'm not sure if I'm using the appropriate term, but we, kind of feel like we have to give a shit about everything, but we want to, but without it kind of consuming all of our energy and taking everything out of us. And so a lot of us experience that kind of fatigue. And so kind of coming back to, I want to contribute to community care. And I'm sorry, the interpreter is getting clarification. Oh, I forgot what I said. Let me go back. Contribute to community care and herbs. Oh, thank you, Naima, for helping with that. So herbs, plants, allies. Herbs are our allies, and we really can rely on those in times of need, or if we're just feeling really overwhelmed, in distress, or just whatever we're feeling these in today. We find ourselves just kind of emotions building, and finding ourselves in the weeds, and sometimes we're trying to make sense of everything and figure out kind of how to process through that. And it's normal to have therapy and different outlets like exercising, but we have to kind of remind our community that herbs are also available and here to support us. So they're kind of like our quiet friends, and they're here. They come from the earth. They're natural. And that is the beauty of nature, right? You can go out and kind of feel like, you're letting go. That's sort of a type of therapy. And, we can use things like tea and things in our daily lives. And maybe some people have experience using herbal remedies and things like that. I don't know if some people are familiar with tallow. That's becoming popular. Tallow is being used as a type of medicine, herbal medicine. Is an option. So herbs is like a way that people can pause and put rituals in their day. And it's just kind of to have a moment to yourself, a quiet moment where you can really be with yourself. And often I see myself, and it has happened to me where, it kind of, maybe I'll be going through some kind of complex emotion and haven't realized that. And it's sort of like an epiphany that I go through in a moment, like, oh, wow, yes, I'm feeling, connected. And it's just a way for us to kind of process through that emotion. So herbs can help with that. And so it's really a beautiful remedy. And I know I don't want to say it's like spiritual talk, but no, but herbs really do work and help with your emotions and with your heart and with your nervous system. And this is this is the sign I use for nervous system, because your neurons go and your neurotransmitters go both ways. They're sent from the brain, but also to the brain. And 90% of our neurotransmitters go up, but 10% go down. So that's really powerful that 90% is coming up and from our gut. And so that kind of opens up another discussion on how to really take care of our gut health. And, it really goes a long way to say how much that affects our nervous system. And often people forget about how to take care of themselves, how to take care of their body. Your body holds wisdom, and you have power in your body. And sometimes we don't know what to do. And so we don't really know the best ways to take care of ourselves in times of stress, during, a difficult time maybe that we're going through. And so herbs can definitely help with that. So eating healthy, of course, exercise, all of that, but in addition to herbs. And our nerve cells, there's 50 to 100 million nerve cells that live inside of our gut. And so that is the same amount of nerve cells that are in our spinal cord. So that's really powerful, right? Our gut holds so much power. So if you're drinking tea and herbs, that is a really fast way for you to take care of your gut. It goes right to your gut, and it sends a lot out to, and the neurotransmitters out to the rest of your body. So it kind of teaches your body to slow down, and it lets your body know that you'll be okay. And sometimes, we get really overwhelmed. And so, I'm sorry, this is the interpreter. My screen is frozen. One second, interpreter's having a technical difficulty. I think we're good now. You see the interpreter, yes. Oh, I'm still having some freezing issues. I can't see. Michelle's screen. Okay. I just closed the app, so I made, I think that affected my internet. So now I'm back. Everything is clear for the interpreter as well. So, okay. Okay, we are back. We were talking about the nervous system, and about herbs. I know that some people want to learn, about herbs. What are they? How can I work with them? But I wanted to kind of read and see if we had any comments in the chat, and then we can talk about more about that later. I want to thank the audience for their patience just with that technical difficulty that we had. But let me read the comments. What kind of herbs are you referring to? Thank you for asking that question. Yes, that is an important part of this discussion. There are many different types of herbs, different categories or classes of herbs. And so the main four that I love for the nervous system specifically is sedative. So if you're really just feeling anxious and overwhelmed and in a panic state, really just kind of breaking down, and you just need to quiet that right now, that's a good option. Then you have Vervine. I'm not sure if the Vervine, and Solcap. The interpreter's pronouncing that correctly. I like to use those two. You can, it really tastes awful. One of them tastes okay, but the blue Vervine is terrible tasting. Just, I'll be honest. No offense. I love that herb, but it has a really strong taste. And so that's just little droplets that you take a few. If you drink it in tea, you kind of have to drink it a lot, but that is the sedative class. That feeds and builds your nervous system, the foundation, and depending on your baseline, if you're stressed or your resilience, your stress resilience kind of it builds that, and so you kind of have a better stress, you develop a better stress response. So you can use those herbs to help with that. And that is like a nervous system, it's restorative. Lemon balm, which is really delicious. It actually tastes like lemon. And so that's really good. Oat straw, that's a tea. I do love that tea. It is delicious. You can drink it every day. It has a lot of vitamins, minerals, and a lot of other benefits as well. Oat straw is from the same plant as oatmeal, which people eat for breakfast. So maybe sometimes you eat oatmeal for breakfast and you kind of feel like a feeling. It just makes you feel good. It makes your body feel great. Because it actually has some medicinal properties in there. It's feeding, your nervous system, and it's not really just for your gut, but for your nerves as well. So it's really great, and your body just kind of absorbs that and helps with your nervous system. So oat straw is from the same plant as oatmeal, and then you have oat milk. So that comes from, it's more like fruity, like a fruit. And so it has like kind of a milk taste. And so that's one other herb. Another one, the third class is good for your heart. So grief is a big part of your nervous system. And, feeling pain, and it's a really strong emotion, like maybe anger. And so maybe you kind of carry that in your heart and in your chest, helps you kind of let go. And so that plant gives you the ability to kind of flow through instead of, holding on to all of that. So it helps your body not feel kind of weighted and, held down. So that's a perfect fit for Valentine's Day, like rose or hawthornberry. Lisden is good for your heart. And it's also good for just heart health in general. Your physical heart, but also we do have an emotional heart. So there's two sides to that. And herbs can really feed your heart and your emotional heart health, if you will. And the last class of herbs is adaptogens. Some of you maybe have heard this term before. Maybe you have heard of ashwagandha. That's a well-known popular herb that is trending. It's hot, but it's not only doesn't only have adaptogens. But one thing, if you do take that every day, you can become dependent on it. Ashwagandha, it's kind of better to mix it up with some other herbs like tulsi, lemon balm too, and licorice root. I'll spell that again. The interpreter missed it. Eleuthero. I'm not sure if the interpreter is pronouncing that correctly. Eleuthero, Eleuthero root. That is of a lost language, but it's still pretty strong in the like herbalist world. So Eleuthero and ashwagandha, it's kind of like the opposite. Ashwagandha is like more relaxing, helps with stress. The eleuthero is more of a stimulant. It's very strong. It's good for to keep up your stamina and your energy, and kind of elevates your energy a little bit. And so my favorite way to work with herbs is through tea. It's a really nice way to get to know herbs, and, it's kind of like you're going on different dates with plants. Like, hey, I'm going to try you out. What's up with you? How do you make my body feel? Kind of a thing. So that's a really great way to explore herbs, is with tea, and then also with the drops. Also herbal infused oils are another good way to use and explore with them. So you can rub them on your body. and that helps with your nerve cells. We have a nerve endings, and our nerve cells do come up to our skin. So when you rub some oils on your skin, it is able to be absorbed through the skin and absorbed into your body. So that's a good way to work with herbs as well if you're feeling, you know, that you don't want to try it with teas. Wow, that's a lot of information with different types of herbs, and it's good because you answered another person's question um, with what issues do herbs help with? So you did add some of that information. And someone had wrote, I'm definitely interested in researching more about herbal teas. Someone commented and said, what is the best replacement of the licorice? I know some people don't like the taste of licorice. So yes, so licorice is kind of like a hit or miss with some people. There's really no in-between option for that. Most people don't like licorice, I think, but it's really good and sweet. But a nice replacement, another adaptogen that I would like to use, like the tulsi, the lemon balm, ashwagandha. Those are good adaptogens also that you can maybe look up on the internet, but just do be aware that the internet has a lot of mixed information. It's just like a mixing pot of different information. So I don't know if what you find will be accurate, but just make sure you do your research and make sure you're finding good sources. Because I don't want you to read anything and be misled by that information, especially with AI today. I won't go there, but so yeah, a good replacement would be Tulsi. I mean, I really love Tulsi, especially in tea. It's kind of known as the queen of all herbs. Many cultures around the world tend to have a pot of Tulsi, like right by the front door, because it kind of protects against bad energy coming in, and just increases luck and health and all of that kind of stuff. And it tastes really great. You will like Tulsi if you taste it. Okay, I will keep that in mind. And I know soon we are going to have to wrap up. Do you also sell your own? You have your own shop, right, with different herbs, right? Yes, I do. I do have an online shop, and I have a nervous system support tab that you can click on my website. And so feel free to go to that website, just check it out, look for some more information and some different herbs to support your nervous system that you can use. Yeah. And my goal is always to make my products affordable and accessible. And so it is at an affordable cost. It's not super expensive. So I want people to be able to have access to herbs. And you also do client sessions. Yes, I do client sessions, like an herbal session. If you would like to do that, I do offer that as a service. And so it's just like a quick little consultation. And I've been thinking a lot about that. And so, yes, I do do some client sessions, like one-on-ones, like kind of like a personalized, I don't know what I want to call it, like for, to discuss what we can personalize for each individual to match what that person's needs are. And it's TULSI, right? Yes, that is spelled correct. And what is the name of the website? Okay, I'm gonna put your website. I'll link it in the bio. And someone said, I'm not familiar with the word licorice. I'm gonna look up the meaning of that word, licorice. Yes, well, so licorice itself is an herb. It is a type of an herb. So I know licorice is often known as like that candy, but yeah, it's a little bit gross. But if you taste the taste of licorice directly from the herb, you may be surprised at that taste. It might taste really good to you. And it is, again, just really healthy for the nervous system. But there's other herbs also as well. You don't have to just use the licorice. Okay, great. I will put your link in the bio and I will upload this video with captions. Thank you so much for showing up and teaching us about herbs, teaching us how to take care of ourselves with herbs to support our nervous system. I love that sign. Yes, I think it is a cool sign as well. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Good night.